Hey folks, Kiltman here, Kiltman at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Yeah, I'm up here. I'm playing with the nuns. Yeah, I just can't keep my hands off them. It's a filthy habit. The devil makes work for idle hands. Now, the trailer, the actual first official trailer for The First Omen dropped yesterday. It's a prequel to the original fantastic Richard Donner directed cult classic The Omen, which spawned a franchise afterwards. The Omen, Damien, Omen 2, and then The Final Conflict. Damien had grown up into Sam Neill, and stuff did go on afterwards, but we don't want to talk about that. Now, there was a remake of the original Omen back in 2006, was it something like that? And I've discussed it before, and as unwanted, unnecessary remakes go, reboots go, it wasn't as bad as many. It's forgettable and it's completely superfluous, but as a film in its own right, I didn't mind it so much. But anyway, had a great score by Marco Beltrami. Nothing, of course, on the original by Jerry Goldsmith, who scored the first 3 movies with monumental, devil-belching verve and vigour, and are classics in their own right. Now, we're getting a prequel to the original, right? I've discussed it before. I've done a video on this before, maybe 2 videos on it before, but the trailer for it dropped yesterday. Now, because I'm interested in this, I was waiting for this trailer to drop, and people were getting on to me saying, oh, it's dropped, it's there now. But where was I? I was in the pub, wasn't I? Damn it. So I was going to do an immediate reaction video to it, but that hasn't happened. So I've seen it a few times now. So but I'm going to play it so we can discuss various points. Now, if I keep leaning forward and pushing fingers into your face, it's because this stupid camera of mine is now playing devilish tricks upon me, and it's turning the screen blank, so I can't see a damn thing. So I've got to keep hitting it to bring it back to life. It only happened a couple of times, but because I'm one of these guys, I'm old school. I don't know how to put picture in picture and have me either huge frame and a little tiny box out with the trailer in it, or me little tiny screen like it is now with a full screen trailer playing. I can't do that. I just do the dual video camera thing on my phone. Hey ho! And I have to set it up, rig it up, so just bear with me, folks, bear with me. Anyway, so this dropped yesterday. So this will not be an immediate like, oh my God, golly gosh, they did what? The who, the what, the actual... No, I've seen it a couple of times, and it's hard to make up your mind from something which is only just over a minute long and doesn't really give you a great deal, and also plays a lot of it in reverse. They did this modern thing as well, which is a really daft thing, which I can't stand. They did a teaser for the trailer, which was yesterday, or even a full 24 hours beforehand, announcing the trailer was going to drop. And they did like this little tiny snippet. And now, apparently, legend has it that the dialogue that plays over that, which plays at the end of this as well, this full trailer, is actually a line in reverse from the original Omen movie, where the first nanny does her fantastic suicide off the top of the house, with a noose around her neck, comes crashing down and smashes through a window in the middle of a big kids' party. A terrifying and horribly brutal suicide. Well, it's not suicide because the devil made her do it. Or more precisely, the Rottweiler dogs made her do it. But she says, look at me, Damien, it's all for you. Apparently that is the line that is spoken, but it's in reverse. And if you watch this trailer, a lot of this is filmed in reverse. Now, I don't know if that's some kind of little bit of, hey, isn't this cool just for the trailer? Or whether you are going to see things in reverse in the movie. I wouldn't have thought so. It's a nice little trick, a little canny bit of sort of, that's mysterious. Wow, the devil does indeed work in mysterious ways. But it's kind of aggravating after a while because it's basically all of it's in reverse, or a hell of a lot of it. So let's have a look at it now. Right, so I'm going to have to just go, oof. And you'll notice that they're playing Fever Ray's If I Had a Heart, which is the theme tune to Vikings, the TV show, HBO's TV show, History Channel TV show, Vikings. Bill Nighy. There's Ralph Ineson playing Father Brennan, who was played by Patrick Troughton in the original movie. A wonderful, wonderful character. There's the main actress looking a lot like Eva Green there. So, yeah, something's happening there, something to fear. There's a baby being delivered, but carried in reverse, a car crash in reverse. Can you see the 666 inside the roof of the mouth there?
You don't have to be afraid. This child is his way.
That's the reverse voice. Right, we're going to take that back there. Ooh, let's just go all the way back like that. And we'll play it again in a minute, but I mean, I take it you've seen it anyway. You don't have to watch. You don't have to watch me watching it, because you can watch it yourself and it'll look a hell of a lot better and sound a lot better without this dork up in the top corner. But that doesn't give away a great deal. Now we know that Nell Tiger Free, what a name, English actress, is playing an American girl who goes to the church in Rome and uncovers a conspiracy and begins to question her own sense of faith. To me, as I said previously in the other video I'd done on this, it sounds a lot like Suspiria, where an American student goes to a German dance academy and uncovers a coven of witches. It just plays into that sort of vogue. But also, as someone actually commented to me after the previous video, they said, it's Rosemary's Baby as well. I mean, it is, because obviously you're going to have to detail the impregnation of whoever. But herein lies a slight conundrum. The mother is revealed in the first movie to be a jackal. But you can quite clearly see that someone is being held down, suppressed, and then perhaps raped. Or raped like Rosemary's Baby, kind of in a fugue and don't really know what's happening. And a date rape drug could be used. I don't know. But, you know, these dark priests. It's a jackal. The mother's a jackal. So what's going on there? Or is that an abortive attempt? Does that go wrong? Does she manage to fight back and kill the first offspring? Well, we don't know, do we? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't give a huge amount away. Yes, there's a girl there. Look, people are moving around in reverse motion. There's a car crash. What appears to be some kind of street unrest, a riot or something taking place. There's certainly a seduction / maybe rape sequence there. Someone's got 666 on the inside of their mouth. You've got Bill Nighy as well. Nighy, who's a great actor. Who's also he's not averse to being in sort of hack, shite, B genre movies. He's in one of the Underworld movies as well. And he's obviously a high priest, and seemingly not for the good, because I think that's his voice at the end as well. That voiceover, the one that's not in reverse, saying like, don't be afraid, the child is his way, or whatever it says. Like, it's not a very memorable line, is it? Weirdly enough, you'd think that a hodgepodge flash of imagery from it's an event movie in a way, because it's got a huge audience built in. The Omen movies are massive, and this is a prequel. So it's going to draw people in who are intrigued, people who want to take the piss, and people who just say, it's just a horror film. So it's got a guaranteed audience, regardless. But you think that this little patchwork quilt of imagery shot curiously in reverse, and with the Vikings main theme tune playing, which seemingly has, what relevance is that at all? If I Had a Heart, you know, from a Swedish sort of bizarro group, it doesn't make any sense, does it? And they're not telling you a great deal. So you'd think there'd be like at least a memorable final epitaph, you know, delivered by a dark priest. But it's done in a sort of placatory sort of way. Don't be afraid, you know, it's just his way. The child's his way. Don't worry about it. There's no sort of sense of ominous, oh my God, evil is coming. Yes, we're bringing it through, and you're gonna be the channel through which it comes. So, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Come on. Nuns. Again, it seems like very Suspiria, almost like the remake of Suspiria. Dance halls and stuff like. Sonia Braga. That dress looks a bit too modern. Does it not? The candle's like a shark's mouth there, looks pretty good. So is that the devil there? I don't know. There's definitely
You don't have to be afraid. This child is his way.
It doesn't really grab you, does it? It doesn't grab you. It doesn't set the world alight. It doesn't scream out to you, this is a must-see movie. It just plays out in a very sort of abstract sort of fashion. A bit arty-farty. I mean, if you were to do a trailer for The Omen now, you can imagine how that would be. Because the original trailer, look, they didn't show much either on that at all, really. It was just highly stylized artwork, poster artwork. But if you did the trailer for The Omen now, it would highlight all the set piece killings leading up to the big moments, the impalings, the smashing through the window, the pane of glass coming through. Yeah, and it would be modern day exciting. That is not exciting. It is mysterious. It's enigmatic, I suppose you could say. But this thing about the backwards filming, the reverse photography, what is the point of that? Is it to show that, look, this can be reversed? This girl maybe who goes in there, this new church student, new nun on the block, maybe she can actually reverse it. This could be the twist. Maybe this will detail her uncovering a big satanic conspiracy, and she will defeat it somehow, and then think she's got away with it, and maybe leave back for America or wherever. Her plane gets hit by lightning, and then the jackal's brought in. You thought you beat us, but you didn't. Could be that, you know. So this film will be enormously different from the Omen movies because you haven't got Damien. Damien is not going to be there. It's going to be satanic priest. It's going to be the devil himself, perhaps, getting in on the act. Well, it's going to have to be there somewhere because he's the dad, for God's sake. So he's the dad, for God's sake. Oh God. Only a dickhead in a kilt could come up with a line like that. And there we go. It's the Ramsey Blue. So, folks, we will talk a damn sight more about this. But you've not been given a lot to go on there. There's no composer as yet. I've looked at all the cast and all the credits. There's 19 stunt people involved in this. 19 stunt people. Now, that's not massively unusual. I mean, we're not talking John Wick here, where you've got about 300 stunt persons, you know, or Raiders of the Lost Ark or anything like that. It's a horror movie. But you could see there was stuff taking place there. Now, even the first Omen, in fact, the first 3 Omen movies had stunts aplenty, and people who are acting as body doubles. So you're going to get that. But there's 19 people listed, so there's definitely going to be some kind of action and carnage and violence. So there's that. Is it going to take on the role of having set piece murders? But will it be done by the satanic monks, the dark disciples? Or will the devil himself actually intervene? Well, who the hell knows? Oh, that was more apt, wasn't it? Who the hell knows? But April the 5th it's coming out, and not too far away. We'll almost certainly get another trailer, and a lot of stuff will be put in Total Film and Empire magazine, and yeah, there'll be a lot more coming out about this. But I don't think they're going to divulge too much in the way of the actual plot details, because I think this will be quite a radical departure from what we've seen before, and necessarily so. So again, from the trailer, I'm still getting Suspiria vibes, more akin to the remake of Suspiria, and I'm getting Rosemary's Baby, and well, any amount of religio conspiracy sort of plots. But beyond that, where it goes, who the hell knows? Hopefully it's nice and violent and got gory killings and set pieces, and builds up to an exciting sort of finale. And maybe she thinks she's got away with it, but really, maybe that was all a ruse. What they're doing with her, a Rosemary's Baby style thing. They're making her think she's going to be the carrier of the baby, and she fights back and does whatever she has to do. And but really, the jackal in the other room. God almighty. It's all up for grabs. Is it wanted? Do we care? Does it matter? It's coming out anyway, so it's done. And another interesting thing I noticed as well, that a hell of a lot of the cast, apart from the big names I mentioned, well, there aren't that many big names, but most of the cast are actually Italian, which is, I like that, because there's a sense of authenticity there. So you've got Italians playing Italians, and I think that's probably a good idea. But the proof is in the pudding. So let's find out April the 5th. There's been a lot of conjecture about who the composer will be. Marco Beltrami did a fantastic score for the remake. It's clearly not a patch on what Jerry Goldsmith did. The Ave Satani is an Oscar-winning classic. The scores themselves are phenomenal, full of major themes and powerful motifs, and really relentless suspense and drive, but with a somber element of melancholy as well, because the Damien story itself is a tragedy. The first one, of course, it's the loss of a real human child, then the loss of the mother, and everyone around dies, and the horrific revelation that your surrogate son is the Antichrist, and having to believe that. It's a very potently horrible familial tragedy. Damien Omen too, of course, the older Damien and his stepbrother he doesn't want to hurt his stepbrother. He's only coming to realise via the likes of Lance Henriksen and other onlookers who are protecting him about his powers and what his real destiny should be. But he'll end up killing his own stepbrother, and that's horrific. He doesn't want to do it, and his howl of anguish afterwards. He doesn't want to be. He doesn't know he's evil. That's a terrific little stunning rug pull. And then of course you got Sam Neill. Well, he's devoutly, completely evil and a swine, but a very charismatic one at that. But there's still people having to kill Herod style, kill their own the firstborn because the Nazarene is coming back, and it's a horrible idea, but it's done really well. So the first three films are classics to my mind, with the first one being an unparalleled masterpiece. But this has got a lot of ground to cover, and if it's going to pave the way towards the opening of The Omen, well, we already know where it's going to go quite clearly. So this film has to tell a different story. Otherwise, we know that she fails in her mission. But as I said before, maybe she fails their first attempt. Oh, sorry, maybe she succeeds destroying their first attempt. And then they've got to stand by a plan B. Oh, somebody bring the jackal in. You know, I wouldn't put it beyond the film having lots of little sort of visual references to a jackal, maybe, you know, ravens and crows and Rottweilers. Of course, it shouldn't have been Rottweilers, it should have been German Shepherds. But they had problems with the German Shepherds, so they had to use Rottweilers. And the Rottweilers, despite their reputation, were the nicest, friendliest dogs on the bloody planet, who didn't want to hurt anyone, didn't want to growl or snarl. They just wanted to lie on the floor, have their tummies tickled, and lick their own doodads. That's all they wanted to do. And let's face it, in this day in life, that's all you want to do anyway. Folks, happy New Year, shall be killed, man. Cheers, you all. So please, keep it Celtic, keep it Celtic. I'll be back later with something else. But yeah, I thought we'd look at that trailer. Should we look at it again? Yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm like. I like to at least repeat myself 3 times. And I'll turn it up this time as well. Oh, hang on. To be fair, I always thought the Fever Rays, If I Had a Heart, didn't actually fit with Vikings either. It just doesn't. It's more the sound, not the lyrics. But it's hard to imagine Vikings without this playing. That dress, that does not look right to me. It's nice, don't get me wrong. It's nice. And that little Eva Green shot there, as opposed to the screaming, warbling, shrieking shot there. I think we're meant to think that's some sort of devilish intercourse, but it won't be. It'll be a good guy.
Afraid. This child is his way.
But then again, if she's a nun, she shouldn't be doing that kind of thing, should she? That reverse motif, that's huge. They did that voice in that reversed voice for the trailer teaser. Oh God, we have teasers for trailers now. It's fucking stupid, isn't it? And then a lot of footage in reverse. That's got to be a reference to how the film is structured. Not that they're going to use that sort of technique throughout the movie. Probably in some cases they might do. Like sort of fever dreams of the devil being around and having witnessed certain things. She has these sort of fugues and flashbacks and bizarre reveries in reverse. And then she's got to try to, what was I seeing there? And then loop it back in her own mind and that's happening. I'm just pissing in the wind here. I've got no idea. But they've gone to a lot of trouble to reverse so much of that trailer footage. There has to be a reason for that. And the fact that the dialogue is also reversed has to be a reason. We'll find out. So folks, I'm going to see you all and I know, forgive the setup. It's so antiquated, but I'm old school, and there's no school like the... Well done.